Question number 10, Jono Naylor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development. What progress has the government made on implementing the Children's Action Plan?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, this government has made significant progress on implementing the Children's Action Plan a year into its third term. Recently, I launched the Hamilton Children's Team, which is expected to work with approximately 650 vulnerable children and their families at any one time, once it achieves full scale. 4 children's teams are already established in Rotorua, Whangarei, Horowhenua, Otaki and Blenheim, and are already making a difference in the lives of 450 children and their families. And a further 5 teams are being rolled out in the coming months. This is in addition to other work we've been doing, such as introducing child protection guidelines and new screening and vetting regulations for the children's workforce.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jono Naylor.
To the Minister, what other initiatives have been announced to support vulnerable children?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
In Budget 2015, we announced a $790 million child hardship package, which will mean firstly more childcare support for low-income families, secondly a $25 a week increase in benefit rates for families with children, the first increase above inflation in 43 years, and thirdly an increase in Working for Families payments to low-income families not on a benefit. This is balanced with new obligations to support and encourage people into work. We are ensuring that there are more resources for children in hardship and families who are struggling, while continuing the government's emphasis on paid work as the best route out of poverty.
Supplementary question, Derek Ball.
With the Child Sex Offender Register being part of the program led by the Vulnerable Children Board, set up by the Children's Action Plan, how much of the $150 million is her government providing in new funding to make it work effectively?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, the member has asked several written questions of me around that budget and will be aware that the budgets are done in 4 years, so there is sufficient funding out for the next 4 years, and subsequent funding will be negotiated in the following budgets.
Supplementary question, Derek Ball.
Why is her government prepared to let the register fail by funding less than half of the $150 million needed, and then expecting the police, corrections and justice to try and make it work by making, quote, efficiency gains by more effective utilisation of existing staff, unquote, aka cutting other services?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Well, Mr Speaker, there are several parts of that question that I absolutely refute. Making better use of resources isn't about cutting. And secondly, I would say it's a 10-year cost that has been identified as the policy was developed, and we have 4-year budgets. So I say to the member, the following 6 years expenditure will appear in the following 6 years' budgets.
Question number 11, Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you.